Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about 3 tips that you need to keep in mind if you've applied for asylum, yet you have misrepresentation on your record. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients nationwide and across the globe. If you'd like to meet with us at McBean Law, contact our office at 888-462-4006 or go to McBeanLaw.com and submit an appointment request form. Also, guys, we have a terrific newsletter. Subscribe to our firm's free newsletter at McBeanLaw.com/subscribe. And certainly before you go today, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notice of my videos each week. Let's talk about this issue. An asylum applicant who actually committed misrepresentation as well. How can this person succeed in the end and get a green card? We have a terrific success story that we recently published, in fact, about this issue, and it's on our website. It's called From Asylee to Green Card Holder, a Remarkable Immigration Success Story. Our client came to us in September of 2022. He was deeply concerned about the fact that before leaving Nigeria, he had applied for a visa and he lied on that visa application, and the U.S. Embassy issued him the visa. He came to the United States and he later applied for asylum, and he was successful with his asylum case despite the misrepresentation. And here's why. He was successful because he had a very strong asylum claim, very strong. And during the asylum process, the asylum officer is not looking back on a visa application necessarily and looking and pointing out all of the problems that the government has with the visa application. They're honed in, they're focused on the asylum claim, the asylum story, and the credibility of the asylum story. And so he was able to get that approval and he became an asylee. After waiting some time, he came to us when it was time for the green card application adjustment of status. He was concerned that his prior misrepresentation would interfere with him getting the approval for the green card. We studied his case, did a case assessment, got all of his records, and then we prepared a very strong waiver case with his adjustment of status application. And we argued that manner in which he entered the United States through that visa application process, that manner was to seek protection here in the United States. However, if the government does not agree with that argument, we're asking that the waiver should be granted based on humanitarian and public interest grounds. And then we documented the rehabilitation efforts that our client took over the years while here in the United States, his contributions to his community, and other compelling reasons why it was in the best interest of the U.S. to grant him the green card. We included a lot of evidence for the waiver, including his declaration, medical records, and some other things, and we're going to go over evidence momentarily in this video. But then it fast forward to November 2022 when we filed the case, and then it was approved in 8 months, guys. In less than a year, it was approved, and he was granted his green card in August 2023. Now let's talk about the 3 tips on what you should think about as well. The first one is, depending on where and when you misrepresented or the misrepresentation happened, you might need a waiver as well. And it really depends on where the misrepresentation happened. Did it happen on a visa application? Did it happen on the asylum application? Or did it happen on some other type of application? Or maybe even during an interview with the government, either the asylum officer or a U.S. embassy official or an immigration judge, right? Where and when did this happen? For some people, they will be able to prepare a waiver and ask for forgiveness for this misrepresentation. Also, it's important to note that if the misrepresentation happened as you were attempting to flee your country, you were scared for your life, you were fearful, and you had to do whatever you had to do to get out, well, that's a very strong and compelling argument. And if that's the case, you won't need a waiver, but speak with an attorney. Get this guidance clearly from an attorney who knows your story inside out, who can tell you whether you'll need a waiver or not. Also, just note that if the misrepresentation and lies occurred on your asylum application, that is a completely different beast to be tackled. Speak with an attorney about that, guys, because that is a very difficult process to get through. And it's not impossible to achieve success even with a misrepresentation on an asylum application, but it is still very difficult to do so. The second tip that I'd like for you to keep in mind is, what were your rehabilitation efforts, so to speak? After you've misrepresented or committed fraud, what happened in your life since, right? You're here in the United States. Are there things that you're doing in your community? How have you built your character up again? Do you have any compelling reasons why the government should care that you stay here? And if so, all of those things really do matter when you're preparing a strong waiver case like what we did for our client. Thirdly, you've got to submit a lot of good evidence to support your waiver. In our case, we submitted very strong declaration from the client, his medical records, financial statements, bills, and very compelling letters of support. So you're going to need strong evidence for your waiver case. So just to summarize, guys, 3 things that I want you to keep in mind. Number 1, depending on when and where you committed the misrepresentation, you might need a waiver. Number 2, focus in on your rehabilitation efforts from the time that you've committed this misrepresentation. And thirdly, submit a lot of good evidence to support your waiver. I hope you found this helpful. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Reach out to us again at McBean Law. We work on cases such as this one, of course. We love to do waiver cases and to help our clients get the results that they deserve. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.